Yo, what's up guys, welcome to another Warcraft replay. Here we have another human vs undead matchup. Not the same comps, I promise. I did have a look-sees and yeah, colors look about right. We have HawK spawning in as the blue human player in the top right, and we have TBCBM spawning in as the red undead in the top left. Map is on Echo Isles this time, and yeah, just a little quick one here. I think my voice about 99% recovered. I say 99 because I just realized when I start like speaking for a long time, it starts to wane over again, and yeah, that's why it's not 100% recovered there. So yeah, that's why I picked a relatively short game, but it's a game I wanted to watch because I saw the unit comps and just a question came to my mind and I just wanted to see if it gets answered. So yeah, there is that. I believe it's just going to be a standard hero pick here for both sides, Archmage versus Death Knight, and it does seem to be matching my expectations. I think that is a late crypt, because I was kind of expecting Graveyard by now, but that is indeed a late crypt. With a Tomb of Relics to follow, no Graveyard just yet. Is TBC he's just been at one ghouls for a little while. This is a weird opening from him. He has an Acolyte, but not really being used to scout, so this is a really weird opening for him. It is going to be a mass ghoul start. Graveyard has not been placed yet because I'm pretty sure TBC is waiting for that lumber, but mass ghouls, are we going to have Unholy Aura start or just holding on to that ability point? Seems to be just holding on for now. Archmage is going to come out and just start creeping out, and the local warrior camp is going to pick up the circlet for himself and not get that level 2, he just needs an extra camp to get past that threshold. But yeah, it's just normal for HawK. It's TBC's opening which is really weird. We do have a sack skull being used to place blight onto this place. I'm not sure why the sack skull is being used. Obviously you can just put an Acropolis down and that is all fine and dandy, but it seems like he just wants to place a Ziggurat immediately. It is going to be a pretty late haunted gold mine, because normally you'd want to go Necropolis and haunted gold mine, but right now TBC is, I'm pretty sure he's not rich enough to place down that gold mine. I don't actually remember if gold mines, how much they cost in terms of lumber. TBC definitely has enough for the gold, but yeah, very early expansion, which I did not expect coming. It will be spotted by a footman, however, and yeah, crucial to not actually find the gold mine being haunted right now. The tower, of course, is just there for very early defense. I am trying to remember if the spirit tower requires a graveyard or not, like most other races do, but yeah, the Nubian tower is going to be upgraded instead. It's not going to be that effective, honestly, in terms of defense, because obviously it's just not that much in terms of damage. Haunted Gold Mine is being attacked by the footman. It's not going to be enough to destroy it, but it is going to be enough to just make sure that the gold mine is at red health for most of the time. Archmage is going to be brought over, and that is going to be a forced gold mine to be cancelled there. But the Death Knight is going to try his best to try and defend as best he can. Ruin Tower, although it didn't do the damage necessary, it was able to keep that footman within the Death Knight's grasp, and that is a free kill over to the DK, who is already at level 2. I believe he just went for 2 camps. Graveyard is halfway to completion there. I would imagine the gold mine should be rebuilt, but with HawK actually with knowledge of this base. I really doubt he's gonna lay off the pressure, especially since humans kind of have an equal time versus undead with an expansion. If they actually allow the undead to have an expansion of their own, it's gonna be really difficult to actually catch up with. Goldmine is gonna get haunted once again. Elemental not actually being... oh, never mind, he's just going to change the targets here, but... is he stronger than the Footman? I guess he is, so that is going to be a Goldmine being cancelled yet again. Unless TPC does not catch that. Ooh, wow, that was very bad for TPC. He lost all the resources there for the Goldmine being lost, and yeah, right now he is being a bit busy trying to disrupt this expansion, but at the cost of his own Goldmine. That is feels bad, man, to be honest. Death Knight running around, probably gonna spawn a couple more skeletons, but with the Arcane Tower and of course the militia, or not even militia, just peasants and footmen, it's just enough to deter this attack, and this mass ghoul, mass skeleton threat isn't really doing too much. The TK is gonna be forced to run away. Obviously no real harm or no real threat of dying, since he did get pulled up just in the nick of time, but sitting below 50 HP is definitely not something you should be doing, because you never know when a fireball is just going to come from the corner. Keep Tech is halfway there, and I believe that is a lumber mill being constructed, so on top of those arcane towers we should be having a couple of guard towers to, of course, reinforce defense. Goldmine being haunted yet again. Nerubian Tower is still the only line of defense, and this level 2 elemental should be enough DPS to probably destroy the Goldmine. Of course, we do have a total of 6 acolytes. That is a lot, and the DK there to just try and defend. It seems the Goldmine might live to be completed, but here comes another attack from HawK. 2 circlets and just the Archmage with his elementals there. I think, yeah, not enough DPS to actually force the cancel, I think. Nope, I'm not going to get brought over, but the surround on the Archmage is going to force the TP. TPC, however, did cancel his Goldmine in time, and we'll have to re-haunt it again. So this is really weird coming in from TPC. He went for a really early expansion. He even delayed his Goldmine so he can make a Nerubian Tower, but in honesty, like, that really didn't do too much. It only gave him a Footman kill. He really needed a couple more Spirit Towers if he wanted to, you know, defend his base a lot better. Or just commit his units to defend his expansion rather than trying to expand and harass at the same time. But yeah, this is a really weird position for TPC to be in, because he is really behind. Not even started tier 2, his expansion is not even saturated yet. Tier 2 is going to be started at the expansion, so I believe that's just to make the Necropolis as another tower. Here comes another attack coming in from HawK, and I believe the Goldmine is going to get cancelled again. That is 2 elementals as well as the Footman threat to just out DPS the destruction. And yeah, Spirit Tower is completed, but it's still just 1 Spirit Tower versus that many Footmen, that many Elementals. We even have the couple of illusions being used to try and soak some damage there. And yeah, once again the Goldmine gets force cancelled. It's just a very big loss of tempo coming in from the undead player, and I believe the Mountain King has not popped out as the second hero. Whether or not he's just going to be long distance farming, or if he's just going to also harass with the Archmage. I think he's just going to do that farming. Yikes, I almost bite my tongue there. That would be really bad, but we should get live down Mountain King to that level 2, which job's done. Not really important. I guess it kind of depends on which ability he chooses, but yeah, I believe that was a Stormbolt coming in from the Mountain King. Thunderclap could be a thing, since we do have a lot of targets just waiting to get hit, but that is indeed a lot of mana to consume. Okay, HawK just living the dream right now. Over 1,000 gold and a good chunk of lumber available. He is going triple Griffin Aviary into Keep Tech, so this is looking like it's going to be a couple of Griffins being added to the mix here. We are going to have a couple of Dragonhawk Riders as well, just for the inevitable destroyers, I guess, maybe. Cloud is also being researched. Dragonhawks can use that to cancel the attack effect of the Halls of the Dead as well as the towers. So yeah, mass air units for the human player is going to surround the Death Knight, which is a very, very good surround as well. Thunderclap has been learned by the Mannequin, so both Stormbolt and Thunderclap has been leveled up, I believe. So that's a lot of mana being consumed right there. I'm curious if we're going to have a Blood Mage third or not, but yeah, that is going to be rather interesting. TP by the Death Knight, he is going to make another return, as of course his units weren't really focused down and it was just the Death Knight, so the DK going to command at a safe distance. Meanwhile his Script Fiends are also going to pick off these footmen easily. Here comes the first Dragonhawk, as well as the first Griffins here, so this is the big question. How is human air units versus, honestly, kind of all the matchups? I mean, maybe I would say that Undead would be the best to go mass Griffins against, because sure, Trip Fiends kind of resist a little bit with their armor types and stuff, and they do have auto web. But like, if we add that logic, then like human air units are kind of screwed in all kind of matchups, because the other human player could just go Rifleman or their own Dragonhawks. Orcs can go Raiders with Ensnare. So like, I don't know, is human air units really good at all? Dragonhawk is going to show its worth with that Cloud ability, preventing those towers from actually attacking. And yeah, just proving its worth there. Obviously I believe it has a cooldown, so it can't keep maintaining it, but that is a lot of Griffins. We do have the auto web actually being researched, so yeah, Griffins need to be a lot more careful around those Crypt Fiends right now, because that's a lot of resources being lost for pretty much free. Pally, where is the Paladin? Oh, there he is. I thought he was actually in the thick of things, but I guess not. We do have Temple of Dant and the Slaughterhouse on the way. I'm not sure what the temple is for, per se, because Banshees are just going to get obliterated by those Thunderhammers from those Griffins. But yeah, triple Griffin Aviary, and he is still pumping it from all three, which is like shocking to see that he can actually afford that much. TBC also has a lot of gold, but he is kind of suffering in terms of lumber. So yeah, sadly there's no Goblin Lab in this map, so we can't actually pick up a Shredder. And he only has 3 ghouls, which is kind of concerning. Oh, he does have a couple of ghouls actually being used to creep, but I think he needs to use those guys to just farm as much lumber as possible, because that is kind of the one slowing him down in terms of production. Banshees are going to be the unit of choice for the temple, which is, like I said, an odd choice because they do get quickly bursted down by those Griffins. Whether or not Possess is going to be an option, because I believe Possess also paralyzes the target, so the Griffins can't actually attack back, but you need a lot of Griffins, because right now, HawK has a lot of Griffins. He has about, what was that, 8-ish Griffins in the air, as well as a single Dragonhawk. I believe more Dragonhawks will be added once we do see those destroyers being added to the mix here, but for now, Griffins just seem to be enough for themselves to deal with those Crypt Fiends. Black Citadel is on the way, so we are extremely late on those destroyers. But then again, I don't think any statue wants to turn into a destroyer, because that is a lot of air units for HawK.
Job's done.
Archmage level 4, he does have the Orb of Fire as well as The Sanctuary Mountain King is a level 3 with the pendant, which is pretty good. And the Pally has level 3 with Devotional, which is really weird. Unless he went 1-1-1 with all his abilities, or he actually skipped Divine Shield. I am actually very curious to see how he put his points in. But either way, with the addition of Cloud, it just makes it so much easier to siege with, because those towers just really don't do anything, and those griffins just make very quick work of those structures. They do indeed have animal training, as well as the Thunder Stormhammer's upgrade. I actually don't exactly remember what it does. Yeah. Anti-Magic Shield is going to try its best to counteract the damage dealt by the Thunderclaps from the Mountain King, but yeah, it seems like it just was not enough. And does it affect the Griffin attacks as well? I don't think so, but that was pretty dominating, to be honest. HawK just did not let his opponent have any breathing room. I think the major blunder was indeed the expansion follies here, and yeah, it was very weird to see TPC committing so much to that expansion, and yeah, it just did not work out so well. Very well done from HawK to just prevent his opponent from expanding. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Yeah, I don't think air units are that great, but oh well.